Hey guys, welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Now firstly, a very happy Halloween to all of you. Well, it's Halloween here in Australia at the moment. Tomorrow for the States it'll be Halloween. And tomorrow morning we've got the Hollywood Walk of Fame ceremony for Robert Englund, which is going to be very exciting. It's been a busy day so far. We had the Scream 7 trailer that dropped this morning. I've got 2 more videos to do today, including this one. So if you are new to the Yay or Nay series, we take a look at statues, figures, weapons, props, vehicles, stuff like that. Take a look at the specs, the paint apps, the tailoring, sculpting, and take a look at the price point. See if it's indeed worth a yay or a nay. Today, we have 2 pieces from PCS Collectibles that are very unique because they've enlisted the help of 2 very talented artists in the Michael Myers mask and costuming community. So what we have up for pre-order from PCS is a life-size bust of Michael Myers, 2 variations for that matter, of Michael Myers from the 1978 film Halloween. Now, we have a version holding a knife and there's a Judith Myers tombstone, but then we also have a smaller version which is essentially like a museum bust without the hand and it just cuts off at the shoulders. Now, the beautiful thing is when it comes to the coveralls, PCS enlisted the help of Connor over at Creepy Customs to help with the coveralls and also supply the fabric and the buttons. And when I say the buttons, we'll get into that because the buttons play a big part in the accuracy of the coveralls. Now, when it comes to the mask, they also enlisted the help of Nikos of Nag, one of the most popular Myers mask artists out there. So this is really cool. This is really inspiring, and it kind of, tickles me a bit chuffed to see that these companies are enlisting the help of independent artists that know the accuracy, whether it be from, the OG 78 film to Halloween 2, right up until the David Gordon Green trilogy. Because most times out of 10, when it comes to, like, say, busts or full-blown statues, whether it be 1/3, half scale, full scale, sometimes the accuracy they can skimp on, and you're still paying a very high price. So these 2 busts are now up for pre-order. We're going to take a look at the specs, the details, the price, and see if it's indeed worth a yay or a nay. Now, not only did Connor help supply the coveralls and do the research and stuff like that, I believe he's also helping out with the knife. So this is from Connor. This is his high-end replica for the 78 knife. I believe this is cast off a real deal. And he did provide that as well for reference and stuff like that. So that's really cool. Again, it just brings that accuracy up a couple of notches. And PCS have been teasing this thing for a good couple of weeks now. Okay, so here we are on the PCS website. So we're going to take a look at the regular edition of the bust. So if we can click on the gallery here, again, no hand holding the knife, just cuts off at the shoulders. I always like busts like this. It's simple, but if you want to spice things up a little, you can go the version holding the knife and with the tombstone and with a bloody knife. But first impressions, and like we've seen these photos for like a week and a half, 2 weeks now. This is, in my opinion, one of the most accurate mass-produced Michael Myers busts out there. I think if anything, and it's not a knock at all against Nag at all because the sculpt is there. It's beautiful. I just think PCS could have done just a little bit better, just the tiniest bit better with the paint app, bit more flesh tone showing through. Again, the sculpt is there. The base foundation is there because of Nag and his talent. And when it comes to the coveralls as well, you've got Connor who makes the most accurate 78 coveralls, just coveralls in general out there when it comes to reproducing the OG coveralls that were used in 78. Like, they are so hard to find. Not only that, Connor's gone above and beyond and sourced fabrics that are pretty much identical to the original coverall fabrics as well as the buttons, which we'll get into. So I've got some nice turnarounds there. It's interesting. They've got the knitting needle puncture wound in the neck, but both eyes are intact. So does this take place between the events of getting hit in the neck with the knitting needle by Laurie and right before the closet scene? So again, it's very nitty gritty of stuff like that. That's a great shot right there. That looks beautiful. The way the lights, the red lights hitting that one side of the mask. Again, the sculpt is so nice. Even the hair looks pretty good. I'd style it just a little bit more and have more of those little funny whiffs coming out to the side that you see in the first Halloween. But again, man, like for something that's mass produced and enlisting the help of 2 very talented artists that know their shit, I'm actually pretty damn impressed. I think also, if anything, you could take the sheen off the neck there, because to me, that looks like a mannequin, if you know what I mean, like that kind of factory looking plastic, whereas you dull that down a bit, maybe just have a bit more shading there to give it a bit more of a realistic tone. And then we've got the dimensions there, 23.5 inches high. They missed the opportunity to have a can of Dr. Pepper there, I think. So the regular edition is 990 USD. Now that equates to 1,510 AUD. Now let's check out the bigger edition. So this is the life-size bust exclusive edition with the hand, an extra bit of the left arm, the knife, the tombstone, and the bloody knife. So you're getting a lot, actually, come to think of it. And it's a nice little addition to have the Judith Myers tombstone. I think this definitely makes the bust. Like, don't get me wrong, I love it when it's cut off at the shoulders. Nice, neat, simple. It's just a nice museum kind of look. Whereas this just adds a bit more personality and obviously that beautiful big-ass knife. Again, the sculpt is great on the mask. I just wish, just a few more flesh tones were coming through. And hell, that could be a thing where PCS liaise with NAG a bit more in the lead up to these being released out to the public and say, hey, you could fine tune this here and that there. So there we go with the bloody knife, the tombstone, nice little addition. Now, where are the close up of the buttons? There we go. Okay. So remember I was talking about the buttons before. Connor has sourced pretty much identical buttons that were on the original 78 coveralls and with the fabric as well. So you are getting accuracy at its finest when it comes to the 78 look. I've seen a lot of statues where the coveralls look off, the mask looks off, the hair looks off, and they're playing it off, or they're palming it off as a 78 mask and a 78 look. And it's sort of just a generic Myers look. So that's where I feel you're not getting bang for your buck. Whereas here, you've got two artists that, like I said, know their shit. So the exclusive edition includes swap out bloody knife with tombstone display stand. So that is a very nice touch. So this edition is 1,620 USD, which equates to 2,472 AUD. Now you've got a few options here. You can pay in full. You can do a non-refundable deposit or a non-refundable deposit and 6 monthly payments. So that is great that they've got options for people who may not have the De Niro up front. And I'm always for that. Like, these things are a lot of money, not just like a life-size bust, but statues as well. So in terms of the release date, you're looking at shipping date, July 2026 to September 2026. What is MSRP? 1,800. So does that mean it's a bit more? Is this the early bird price? Current price reflects early bird pre-ordering pricing. Okay, all right. Well, let's just go with that anyway. Let's just go with that. But it's saying 1,800 down here. Okay. We'll just go with the early bird price. So in terms of the description, this 34.5 inch tall bust will bring an eerie atmosphere to any horror collection. The X edition boasts a full torso, allowing Michael to clutch his signature knife in his hand, adding an extra layer of terror to this life-size collectible. This version is situated on a simple museum-style base, measuring roughly 13 inches wide. The exclusive also includes an additional swap-out knife with a gory blood splatter decoration and a beautifully sculpted display stand modeled after the Judith Myers tombstone to display the alternate knife when not in use. Okay, see, there you go. That's a nice little addition. That's a nice little touch. Okay, so in terms of a yay or a nay for, I'm going to put them together, both editions of the bust. The simpler one, cut off at the shoulders, but then you've got the extra edition, the exclusive edition where you've got a partial bit of the left arm, and then you've got the hand holding the knife, the tombstone, and the bloody knife. Considering you have two artists that have helped out, and I feel like they should have got a cheeky mention in the description. I feel like Connor and Nag definitely could have got a mention in the description. Given the fact that when it comes to the coveralls, they are pretty much 100% spot on accurate to the 78 coveralls. Instead of using generic coveralls and just be like, yeah, that'll do. That's fine. You've still got to pay full price. The mask, I feel like the mask just needs a bit more tweaking just in terms of the paint app. The sculpt is there. Nag is just notoriously amazing when it comes to really nailing down the Captain Kirk look, the castle stretch, different variations of the mask, how it looks throughout the film. And it definitely changes. So I think given the fact that you've got these two gentlemen helping out, definitely brings it up a couple of notches. And the fact that you have the option of a payment plan, for me, both these editions, it's a yay. If there was no payment plan, I don't know, because that's a lot of cash up front. Again, given the fact that, and also with the knife as well, an accurate looking knife, they're not fucking around this time around. And that's what I like. And that's what I think Myers fans, horror fans deserve, is accuracy when you're paying a lot of money for stuff like this. So again, because of the payment plan and because you've got Connor and Nag helping out with this, and this is definitely the best looking mass-produced Myers bust that I've seen, or Myers thing in general, quite frankly. To me, that it's always been a hit or a miss, and it just comes off as generic at times. Like with the Sideshow premium format Freddy Krueger statues, they're very generic looking. They don't exactly hone in on a certain look of Freddy from the Elm Street franchise. But this one, I definitely think it's a yay, guys. And if you are pre-ordering it, that is amazing. So with that, a massive congrats to Connor and Nag. Like, that is such an honor. That is so cool. And it's so cool to see, like I said, these mass-producing companies enlisting the help of fans that know their shit, know the accuracy, and I want to see more of that. So guys, if you are going to be grabbing the PCS Collectibles Michael Myers life-size bust, whether it's the regular edition or the exclusive edition, drop a comment below and let me know. So yeah, and let me know your thoughts on this one as well. Again, a massive congrats to Connor and Nag. That's very cool to be helping out and also just bring a different and higher level of accuracy to these mass-produced pieces. So again, I want to see more of that. Love you guts, and I'll catch you in the next one.